A very wonderful morning to one and all present here. Myself Zainab Kagdi, your English teacher from Atmiya Green School, Jadeshwar branch, is going to teach you English from Oxford Revised New Pathways course book. So I'll request you to take out this book and we'll continue the lesson which we had kept for reserve. So now take out Unit 4, Playing Fair, page number 86. Before starting from the new page, let us revise what we had learned in our previous video. So my dear students, I hope you remember this face. She is none other than MC Mary Kom. She is a world champion in the field of boxing, and she has made a record for 6 times in the World Amateur Boxing Championship. So we were on an interview where she was describing her life journey, where she has faced a lot of struggle in her life and choosing a career where it was male oriented is very difficult for a woman like her. With her strong determination, hard work, and never giving up approach, she became world famous. And she has made our country proud. In an interview, few questions were asked where she talks about the position of women in India, her passion for the sport. So let us read further what questions were asked to her and how actively she had answered such questions, which gives us inspiration to work harder and to face any difficulty. So we'll move up to our 4th question. Before that, the first question was regarding the boxing was always considered as a sport for men, but now you have proved yourself and made people think that it is just a myth. Even women can compete and win in any field of sports, whether it is boxing, cricket, badminton, swimming, and many more. And the second question it was, how is boxing for women perceived by men? What do men think when a woman participate in sports like boxing? And that also she answered very nicely that she was the only woman in the boxing team during 2012 Olympics, and with the grace of God, she won that bronze medal in the 51 kg flyweight event. And our third question was, what inspired her to take up boxing? So there were some mentors such as Dinko Singh, an Indian boxer who inspired her, and one more great Muhammad Ali, who taught her how to try harder and aim higher. And then later on, her own achievements and the goals inspired her, and she is very goal driven just because of the passion she has for sports. Now we'll move up to question number 4, which says women are considered the weaker sex. What's your opinion about this gender bias? Now we always think that out of two gender, man and women are considered weaker. Why? What is her opinion regarding this gender bias, this gender impartiality? Gender bias. Women have left their mark in every field by sheer determination and dedication. Sports, science, journalism, entrepreneurship, etc. Our country has produced some great women leaders in politics as well. Our country has some great women leaders in politics as well. I would say that the perception that society has about women is wrong. Women aren't weaker than men. One should not underestimate the power of women. They can perform wonders too. So here, my dear children, if anybody think that this is something that women can't do, that is girls can't do, this sport is just for girls and this particular activity is just for Boy, please say no because you all are educated. If it is about, even if it is about cooking a chapati or cooking vegetables, it is not a particular gender duty. It is everyone's responsibility to learn new activities, to learn new skills, and cooking is also one of a skill. So, my dear children, I hope you got a good lesson from this answer that women is not a weaker section in our society. She has proved herself in every field, whether it is sports, science, journalism, entrepreneurship. There is no such profession or there is no such field in which women can't indulge themselves. And they can perform wonders too if they are given a good opportunity and they are given that platform to prove herself. The next question is, how do you train yourself for the sport during the competitions? To get fitter for the sport and to fare well inside the ring, I had to put in 8 hours of training every day, once in the morning, once in the evening. I also took great care of my diet as it plays a major part of the professional training session. I had to follow a diet pattern that had food items from every group with the right balance of proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, and other required minerals. I never skipped meals or cheated on my meal plan. In fact, I always had my daily meals on time without fail. I think it's important to be disciplined to maintain a routine like that. Otherwise, everything can fall apart. I always try to give my 100% to any task that I undertake. So, this was the whole day routine. That was her schedule, how she trained herself, because training and preparation is half of the work done. So, for getting fitter for the sport and to fare well in the ring, she had the training session of 8 hours. Yes, my dear children. 8 hours for 8 hours every day, once in the morning and once in the evening. She took great care of her diet, that also played a major part of the professional training session. She followed a diet pattern that had food items from every group with the right balance of proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, and other required minerals. So, my dear kids, I hope you understand that if you want to get fitter, if you want to be brave enough, to be strong enough, you need to have a proper diet pattern. Not only just in the field of sport, but also for in the field of education, you need to be mentally and physically strong. For that, you need to have this. You have to follow this diet pattern. You need to take right balance of proteins, vitamins, carbohydrates, and other required minerals. And here she said a very good thing. I never skipped meals or cheated on my meal plan. In fact, I always had my daily meals on time without fail. So, my dear children, you need to learn from her. You need to take Mary Kom as a role model. And you need to take an oath that you should not skip any meals, whether it is bindi or any other vegetables you do not like. Please make sure that you eat it and do not skip meal or cheat on any meal plan. And you need to take your daily meals on time without fail. She said that it's very important to be disciplined to maintain a routine like that. Otherwise, everything can fall apart. She always gave 100% to any task she undertakes. So, this is a very cool answer, I think. Let us move towards the next question asked to her. What is your daily fitness routine like? My daily training session starts with a 14-kilometer run followed by some stretching, skipping, and floor exercises. Then I move on to show boxing, practicing with the punching bag and speed bag. Often I spar with components or on my coaches during the practice sessions. In the afternoons, I spend some time in the gym concentrating on strength training, doing a lot of push-ups and sit-ups. After that, I do a repeat of my morning routine. I wind up the day with a short run along with some light stretching to cool down. So this is a very cool answer again. Here she starts her day with 14-kilometer run. Then she follows stretching, skipping and other floor exercises. Then she moves up to shadow boxing, practicing with the punching bag and speed bag. And this is her routine. This is all done for concentrating on strength training and push ups and sit ups. So, this was her fitness routine. If you want to take up something from her as a lesson, you can go for a walk early in the morning, or after you have meals, you can go for a walk to just or just do some stretching to cool down. So this is a great thing to do. Even in our life we can add this routine in our life too. The next question asked to her is on page number 88. I'll read out that for you. How has life changed after the Olympics win? So how her life changed, because she was not that rich or very much popular, even though she won many matches in the boxing ring, but she was not popular. But after Olympics win, she was very much popular and everyone gave her consideration and gave her words some importance. So let us see her answer. Let me tell you, nothing came my way easily. The early days of my childhood were an extreme struggle with poverty. See, I said, my children, that she was not rich. She was very poor. Instead, she was in extreme struggle with poverty. I had to help my parents in the fields, take care of my siblings, take care of the house, and attend school. I would still say that responsibilities were few at that early age. Then came boxing. And yes, it wasn't easy for me to keep moving ahead, as most people, including my parents, perceived it as a male sport. Moreover, my diminutive size made it even more difficult for me to convince everyone that boxing was what I was made for. It took a lot to get past those initial hurdles and get involved with the sport wholeheartedly. So, my dear children, this was all difficult time she faced. First of all, in her childhood, she faced poverty. That means not even getting the roti, kapda, makan, education, and health. Then she had to help her parents in the fields, take care of the siblings, take care of the house, and even to attend school. This was quite difficult, but still she says that responsibilities were few at that early age. Then came boxing, and everyone denied that she couldn't be a boxer. Why? Because of her diminutive size. That means because of unusually small size. She was thin and short. Now everyone believed that a girl like her, because for a boxing she need to be a tall, little healthy, little fit, muscular body she need to have if she wants to make a career in that field. But she was with a diminutive size. That means she had an unusually small size, and everyone were like, oh, she can't do that. But she proved herself that yes, even with these physical fitness, she can achieve anything, because it's the determination in the mind, not in the body. When I was finally there, I had to constantly juggle spending adequate time in training while also keeping up with my duties for the family. The training and equipment was also not something I could afford easily. But surpassing all that, even when I did finally make it a big in the world of boxing, there was little recognition from the general public. The money was poor to begin with, despite the 5 world medals that I had won. It took an Olympic medal to change all that. After the Olympic win, life did change for the better. Today, life seems a bit more comfortable and easy. I think I have finally managed to get myself heard and make my way in society. But it took an Olympic medal to get there. Still, I would say better late than never. So here she answers this question, that how after getting the Olympic medals and Olympic wins, life changed, because in the beginning she faced poverty, and now after juggling so much and spending adequate time in training, but she also had to keep up with the duties of the family. The training and equipment were very expensive. She couldn't afford it easily. But after facing all these difficulties, still she surpassed them all. And she finally made it big in the world of boxing. There also, she was not recognized a lot in the general public. The money was poor to begin with. She also had that 5 world medals, but it took Olympic medal to change all. Olympic win, did change for the better. And now she has the recognition in the society, every corner of the world, and especially every corner of India knows her, and she is having prominent place in the hearts of people. Next question is, how do you keep yourself alert in the ring? Everyone has different strategies to stay alert in the ring. Mine is to focus and concentrate on the opponent's move. So here she shares her strategy that if she wants to stay alert, she need to focus and concentrate on the opponent's move. Next question is, how do you motivate yourself after losing a match? See, winning and losing both is a part of the game. So here she says that even though she has won a lot of medals, gold medals, and even Olympics, there were certain times where she lost the matches, and it is very important to digest that failure and to come and to stand up from that failure. So here, let's see what she answers. The initial moments just after losing a fight are the biggest moments of disappointment. That is what I felt like when I couldn't win the semi-finals at the Olympic Games. Later, when the results sink in, it's time for some introspection. So this is the funda. How do you need to face after losing a match, or even if we lose anything in our life, if we fail in any competitions or in any sphere of our life, we need to understand that the disappointment do happen. But what you need to do is you need to introspect what went wrong. That helps you to move forward and to have success in your life. In such situations, I talk myself out of the disappointment. I encourage myself to keep going and work harder. I go back and watch videos of my match to find out the mistakes I have made, and then I focus on fixing the techniques and tactics where I may be lacking. At the same time, I feel one should not be too hard on themselves. In the end, it's a game, and winning or losing is a part of it. So here, that's a wonderful answer given by Mary Kom. She says that she doesn't blame the destiny that मेरे नसीब में नहीं होगी ये मैच, और maybe आज दिन ही खराब था. It was a bad day. She doesn't blame her destiny, but what she does is she introspects her. She encourages herself to keep going, and then she watch videos of that match where she had made that mistake. So in your life also, if you lose, if you get low marks in exams, or if you do not get hold a prominent position in a competition or in any sports event, what you need to do is you need not to lose hope. What you need to do is you need to find out what went wrong. You need to introspect yourself, and then she focused on fixing the techniques, and she focused on fixing these mistakes, that what went wrong and now what I can do to improve myself. Then she found out the techniques and tactics where she was lacking. At the same time, I feel one should not be too hard on themselves. Not that you need to disappoint yourself, you need to work a lot of hard that you are Giving yourself punishment physically or mentally or torturing yourself, that is not what need to be done. What you need to do is you need to find out what are the mistakes you have made, and next time you need to correct it so that you can win in any field of your life. Our next question is, what are the qualities that you would like to instill in your sons? As we all know that Mary Kom had two sons. She answers that I would like them to grow up learning to be supportive of others, hardworking, disciplined, goal oriented, be taskmasters but also grounded despite all their achievements. All qualities that I think a good human being should possess. What would be your advice to the women of our country? I wish I could go out and ask every woman to be stronger and more confident about themselves. But I can't personally intervene and do that. This feeling of self empowerment has to come from within. I can only say that us women can also do what we ought to do. My message to all Indian women is that if you are passionate about something and your heart beats for it, then just pursue it. Sooner or later, everyone will be proud of you and will be supportive of you rather than just negating your dreams. Even the sports scene in India is changing. It's no more the same as it was 5 years ago. It can offer you great career opportunities if you are devoted to your sport. The world is changing every day. So are our concepts and mentalities. I am positive about the future of women in India. So, my dear children, this is a wonderful answer given by Mary Kom, that what advice she's giving to the women of our country, that she wishes that she need to reach out to each and every woman and personally meet them and tell them to be stronger and more confident. They can do what they need to do. Just confidence she need to build in them. But she also says that she can't meet them and intervene them personally. So she gives this message to all Indian women that if you are passionate about something and your heart beats for it, then just pursue it. Don't think about what everyone is saying, what everyone is thinking of you. Do not think that. If you want it and if you think it's correct, if your heart beats for it, then you need to pursue it. Even if your family opposes, just as Mary Kom's family and society did not approve her, but if she would have given up at that time, she wouldn't have made this big victory. So we need to learn from her that everyone, if no one is supporting us, be that person that support you. Only you can change your life by negating the people who are opposing you and giving you negative vibes. Avoid them and listen to your own heart. Then at the end, she says that in India now the scenes are changing in the field of sports, and people's concepts and mentalities have been changed. It is now very different from that of 5 years before, and she is very positive about the future of women in India. So it was a wonderful lesson. And I'll request you to read the lesson once again and write down the hard words of this lesson and learn it thoroughly. Along with it, you can solve this reading 1. Select the correct options to complete the following statements. Do it on your own. These exercises, we'll discuss this in our next video.